Oh, what a week. This is one of the biggest weeks for news, the biggest weeks for Xbox, the biggest weeks for Mixer that we've seen in a long time. It's seen at least since E3. It's been a slow summer, and then this week started. It's been amazing. Welcome, everybody. We are the XoneBros. This is your positive gaming and Xbox One community.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Hey,
we
As always, I'm joined by the bros, the X1Bros. First, it's Mr. McSpicy.
Hi.
This is Jordan the Man.
Hello.
And I am X1. Hello, everybody. Ninja. Let's start with Ninja. Ninja is on Mixer exclusively. That came out of nowhere.
He's here.
That was like pulling a rabbit out of a hat kind of magic trick that Microsoft and Mixer pulled off. I want to just get initial thoughts and impressions. Let's start with McSpicy. You are the resident long-term streamer watcher
guy.
Since Justin TV. What are your thoughts? How big is this? Is it that big? Is it not a big deal? Is it overhyped? Is it underhyped? What are your thoughts? Ninja exclusively streaming on Mixer.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about this. I'm a fan of Ninja. I think he combines entertainment with a lot of skill involved. Which it's hard to do. It's extremely hard to do. And I've been watching him for years, since way before Fortnite, back in H1Z1. Mm-hmm. In the H1Z1 days. Was it before that? I don't know. But anyways, for those who don't know who Ninja is, he is one of the most iconic Twitch streamers around, or now streamers, because he's switching platforms, and that's kind of the big news, right? He made a lot of news when Fortnite came out with their Battle Royale a couple years ago. He was one of the first people that started playing Fortnite, streaming it, I guess, when they came out with their whole streaming set, or when they came out with their Battle Royale mode. He's a very good player. I think he's actually, when you're on top, you get a lot of heat and a lot of drama with a lot of things. He's had some drama in the past, but I think he's a good person. He does a lot of charity.
He's a great representative for gamers.
Yeah,
I think a good spokesman for gamers.
I agree. So I respect the guy a lot. Initially, not initially. He's been on Twitch for years and years and years, probably 8 or 9, maybe 10 years now. I think he was streaming. He's been streaming since the beginning of Twitch, I believe.
Yeah, he was on Justin TV.
He was on Justin
doing
TV.
Halo videos.
He used to stream Halo. Yeah.
So he's been around forever. A lot of people, when he exploded, when Fortnite came out, thought that he came out of nowhere. No, he's been around for a very, very long time.
What really put him on the map, and you guys probably vaguely remember this, those of you maybe just hearing about Ninja, he played with Drake, and it broke the internet. It was the first.
Yeah.
Major mega stream to really go mainstream. After that, he was on Ellen DeGeneres.
Wasn't it Drake and
Juju Smith? Yeah, a bunch of celebrities played with him, live streamed, and
up to that point, he was getting consistently like 80,000 viewers, 60,000 viewers, 80,000 viewers. When that happened, it spiked up to around 600,000.
Yeah,
which was a lot for a single stream to pull in that many viewers
at once
up until this point, without it being like a League of Legends world tournament. Was unheard of.
To give you an idea, he has 14 million followers on Twitch. I mean, that's how big he's. As far as he's not the biggest streamer on Twitch, I think has Dr. Disrespect surpassed him? Viewership wise.
Yeah, but
mainstream culture.
He's top 20 right now, but I think that's a little. So those numbers, you can kind of get an idea statistically on some sites, right? He's, I think, top 20 on Twitch right now, or he was, because he used to be on Twitch. But I think he was definitely top 10 and definitely number 1 for a very long time. I think those numbers are a little disingenuous, seeing that he's now gone down a little bit, because he hasn't been streaming very often for the last 3 weeks.
And now we know why.
We kind of know why now, right?
So he's exclusively on Mixer, and I personally think it's Microsoft going all in. And I've said this for the last, since E3, basically, since before E3. The future is Mixer and streaming and Xbox and gaming all intertwined. It's all going to be on the same platform. It's all in the same service. I think it's genius. And beyond him being a streamer, he's the most mainstream. He's the most cross-sectional gamer in the respect that your average person, like your mom, has probably seen that Ninja guy, right, on TV. He's bigger than just streaming.
To give you an idea of how big he's gotten, he is in Walmart. He's got product.
Posters, yeah.
I was blown away when I was walking by the posters and saw Ninja as a poster you can put on your wall, like my wife had Jonathan Taylor Thomas when she was a kid, right? So
and if you look at the demographics of who plays,
I don't know if she had that.
The demographics of who plays Fortnite, who would be watching Ninja. It's a younger audience
for sure, because it's
a
Fortnite,
younger crowd.
Right? Yeah.
Jordan, give me your thoughts. Xbox from a marketing standpoint, as Xbox overall, what do you think this means for Xbox in 2020? The new Xbox that's coming out. Is this a big deal for
No,
that,
I think it's really cool. Well, we were talking about the other day because he used to be a Halo player, right?
Yeah.
Which is primarily on the Xbox, right? Well, it is only on the Xbox. Well, I mean, I guess it has on the PC now too.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's really good. We were talking about what if he's on the press conference next year? He comes out, announces something for Mixer or something like that, right?
Yeah, or for Halo,
or for the new Halo game, right?
Because he's a Halo guy.
And I mean, this is all just speculation, right? But what if they're consulting with him for the new Halo Infinite multiplayer, right? Because he used to be a big Halo guy all the way up through Reach. So, interesting.
I think they're going to use him in more ways than just a streamer. In that, I think he will be on stage for E3 for the new Xbox for Halo Infinite in some way.
Well, what's super interesting is
he did talk about getting back to his roots.
No, so I was going to say what's
interesting
is in his video he said he's excited to get back to the roots of streaming, which means. Well, I mean, I don't know what that means, but he might be playing a lot more games, right? Different games like Halo, all these new games coming out, right? He might not be as... Because I know he's not exclusive to Fortnite because he's played Apex and other stuff, but Fortnite was his main game, right?
Well,
so he might...
and we don't know what the deal is, but McSpicy, I want to get just some insight. He talked about in the press conference and in his tweets and stuff, just being able to have more flexibility. And just explain to people, maybe he had to on Twitch. He had to stream Fortnite, or he was losing money. Like, wasn't it? He did a tournament and lost like $100,000 doing the tournament.
Yeah, which is funny. So streaming is to support streamers. It's a lot of donations and it's subs, right? If you are watching a stream, and these people that are doing it full time, making money off of it. You can sub to them and they get $5 a month, $10 a month, $25 a month. There's tiers on Twitch that allow you to sub and support these. You can call them content creators because they are. They're creating content and people are watching them, whether it's video games or they do artwork and stuff like that too. So what was your question, by the way?
Just as far as having more flexibility, does he have to stream Fortnite all the time?
Yeah.
And why he's on?
So if you sorry, sometimes I just start talking.
You don't know where you're going to stop.
Yeah. So because of that's the model of how Twitch streamers and Mixer streamers or other streaming platforms. That's how they do it. It's a sub and donation model. If you miss a day, you lose subs.
Yeah.
Because you're not there and people won't be watching and hit sub to you. At this time, when he went and did, I think it was a charity stream.
This is the one with Marshmallow, I think, right?
Oh, okay. So that was a charity. It was a charity, but it was also a tournament with a lot of famous streamers.
It was the Pro-Am.
So he missed 3 days, I think.
Yeah, this was the Fortnite Pro-Am.
When you are a streamer that has 300,000 subs and you miss 3 days, apparently you lose 100 subs, 100,000 subs or whatever. 40. You can do the math, but he lost like hundreds of thousands of dollars
by not being there,
by not streaming. So my thoughts on this. So you watch the press conference, and this is my speculation. This is just what I've.
It's not based in reality necessarily.
This is Spicy's mind.
It's rumor. This is Spicy's rumor mind.
Yeah. So this is totally a rumor mill. He says in his streamer he wants to get back to his roots, and he wants the flexibility to stream not all the time, but when he wants. Right. Yeah. So my brain is thinking, so he's not concerned about subs, which makes me think the deal might be something like a profit percentage or something like that. Either way, to get him off
guaranteed money,
whatever it is, so he can stream at a more comfortable rate.
Whatever he wants. He wants to do different shows, live shows,
Yeah.
Without
Anyways,
having to worry about those subs.
He definitely when this news happened, because I mean, we're talking the percentage that Twitch has of the market versus anyone else. Twitch is a monster.
Yeah.
They are so much bigger. I mean, they were the first mover essentially in the gaming streaming market, right?
Yeah.
And they have that advantage. They have the first mover advantage for sure. Other platforms like Mixer, YouTube Gaming, all that stuff, Facebook, they're behind. They're only parts, and they're getting the scraps.
They're less percentage of the entire market share. Twitch owns what? 80-90% of market share in the streaming. It's huge.
It's massive. It's a really, really big deal. Or big difference. The fact that one of the number one most iconic streamers went from Twitch to Mixer tells me that Microsoft is making moves, and they are serious.
They're all in. They're all in.
Extremely serious. And if for those listeners that may not watch streams, you may enjoy gaming, but you may not watch streams or anything like that. I'll promise you, the first time that I was watching stuff like this years and years ago, and I'm watching the production that I'm watching, and I type something in chat, and my interaction with chat affected what I was watching. Like, this is not a television show on TV where it's a script and you watch it start to finish and you have no change in what's happening, right? The first time you're able to do that, it's a live stream. It changes the production. It makes you involved. Chat right now, they're affecting what we're talking about, right?
Sure.
In this live show. That is a game changer to content. Huge. That's why I think streaming is the future. That's why Amazon bought Twitch. This is why Microsoft bought Beam, changed it to Mixer, making it their own brand. This is a huge future of content creation in any platform, whether it's TV or anything. Live production is the future.
It's immediate one-to-one connection with viewers.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist anywhere else. There is no barrier. There's no wall.
It's a game changer. This is the reason I have stopped watching TV. And I watch Netflix with my wife occasionally. When Stranger Things come out, I'll watch a season of that. But when I watch streamers because I can interact with them. It is a game changer. And anyways, the fact that Mixer was able to, it's like a sports franchise.
It really is.
Mixer got him.
Yeah,
right? They got.
It's like LeBron James coming to your local high school basketball team and playing for you. Or LeBron James deciding to go back to college and play for your college team. That's literally what it's like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a team that is an up and coming team, but they just nabbed an iconic player, and
you took your high school team and just put them in the pros.
This is extremely big because Ninja on this move, he brings a lot of his audience with him wherever he goes, which is a young audience. Yeah. So I'm seeing Mixer or Microsoft going, well, if we catch the young audience, they'll be on our platform more and forever
and for the future,
for the rest of their lives. It's a smart move. Good for Ninja. I wish him the best. I think he'll bring success to a lot of people this way. And good for him for making probably a lot of money.
Cha-ching, baby. And good for Microsoft. I mean, for
spending a lot of money.
For spending a lot of money. It's a good investment.
And
it really is.
And I think it's good for both platforms. Competition is always good. Twitch has really not had a challenger. Let's see if we can make Mixer a challenger. Mixer's a solid platform. It's the most stable. It's got Microsoft behind it. It's a huge deal. So I think let's have some competition, guys.
The biggest challenge I see. So it's gonna be interesting. Twitch has they have, how do I put this in a very delicate way? They have.
You scare me when you say stuff like that.
They have created an atmosphere of trolls are okay to a certain extent.
Sure.
Mixer has created an atmosphere where trolls aren't okay.
Oh yeah, no, you're ostracized if you're a troll. Instantly. We don't even hesitate. Banned immediately.
Yeah, and it's your Xbox account. It's not some random account. It's your Xbox account, right? It's your Microsoft account.
Yeah.
And Microsoft has Ultimate now on your PC and everything. They're doing a lot of moves that are making a lot of people come to their platform. It's going to be interesting that Ninja is bringing this whole audience that has been told for a majority of their life, not everybody, but a lot of them, that being trolls are okay, right? Anonymity.
Yeah.
It's a really weird word for me to say.
Being
but
anonymous, you can do.
being anonymous, you can say whatever,
You can be a jerk.
and you can copy pasta. That's a thing where people just copy and paste over and over and over and over in chat, where it's just hard to read. It's going to be interesting to see how Mixer's set up, where they have a very, I would say it's probably one of the best anti-troll systems around, because
you have to be authenticated.
you have to be authenticated
Yeah.
and with all that to see this audience, see how they handle and how it handles the trolls that will come from it. It's interesting on that aspect as well. But
Yeah.
anyways.
Before we move on from Ninja, because there's a lot of Ninja chat, and I'm sure everywhere you guys are listening to news and gaming stuff, it's all Ninja chat all the time this week, just because of the big move. But last thing before we move on, we did have a question come in from Poker Fraud that I thought was pretty good. Do you think, this is what Poker Fraud says, do you think Ninja's move to Mixer will pull more big game streamers? How do you think it will affect Twitch in the long run, if at all? McSpicy, you're the expert. I know you're doing a lot of talking, but that's okay.
Sorry.
Give us your wisdom.
I'll use big words like unanimity.
Can I answer the big name streamers? If I was Mixer and I had a chance to get a number 2 guy, a number 3 guy over from Twitch, I'd do it. I don't think this
on
is
the business side,
on
right?
the business side.
Microsoft side.
I think it gives you more momentum. It just furthers, like, it's not just Ninja. We've got boom X, Y, or Z here too. Come on over, bring your guys, and then just see how it goes. I know a lot of mid-tier streamers over at Twitch. I know some that have come over to Mixer, even if just temporarily, even just for one show. Our friends at the Level Up Network, they've come over for their Sunday show to Mixer. They just like the platform. So, but big streamers, will they come voluntarily? I don't think so.
No,
There's too much money over there.
think
That
you're
Amazon Prime money is big money.
I think you're gonna see the mid to low, possibly. It's hard. It's hard because I don't think you're gonna. The only way you're gonna see people move that are big is if they get the cha-ching.
You think
the
I'm right?
signing deal.
You think Microsoft goes after one more?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's possible, but I mean, like a Dr. Disrespect, I don't know if he would make that move.
We had this conversation yesterday. If I'm Dr. Disrespect, why am I not right now going to Twitch and going to Mixer and say, I'm up for purchase. Who wants me? Highest bidder. Right? Why not?
Yeah.
Microsoft has essentially put Twitch in and I'm sure Twitch has some deals with guys. Like, I'm sure those are out there. But you're saying, hey guys, you want some money? We might be willing to talk here, right? Like, enforce those big guys.
Yeah, and I mean that's the character that guy has made,
and that's Dr. Disrespect.
That's Dr. His character.
In a nutshell.
Yeah,
I mean, remember when he held
funny.
PUBG hostage? He said he would stream their game if they didn't. What was it? If they didn't put him in the game or something, and so they did.
It's really funny. No, I think it's gonna be interesting. I mean, competition is awesome, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna see a lot of the mid to lower audience streamers probably seriously consider making the move. I don't think you're going to see big players make the move because they have their audience already, right?
And that Amazon Prime is attractive.
That's why this
And the culture, the donation culture, the subculture, the bit culture, it's already established there. It's known. You know, the formula is there. Whereas Mixer's just starting from the ground up right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Trying to establish whatever culture they want to establish, but
and Mixer has made some moves this year, starting from early in the January area, and then moving till now, and it's starting to all like fall into place and make sense. Like we have some people in chat that are saying like, "Notice me,"
Yeah.
These are new viewers. They're hello or whatever. And I'm looking at chat right now. Mixer has this number next to them.
Yeah.
That they just what was this
it's
like
the
2
level.
months ago?
Yeah.
2 months ago or so, they added a level. So streamers can now see how long people have been watching their show.
Oh yeah, when I stream in the morning, I can immediately tell by your badge, hey, welcome, first time in the place, or hey, welcome back, right? I mean, you don't just because of the badge, because of the level.
Yeah, I notice you. I notice you in chat. He's saying, oh, he saw my notice me. I saw that. But keep in mind that Mixer is a new place, and you can be called out and banned pretty quickly. It's not as troll friendly as the other platform.
Yeah, no,
Twitch,
absolutely.
So.
Well, Well, that does it for beyond Mixer. I think just from an Xbox, and we've said this, it just feels like Microsoft has a lot of momentum going into next year with the things they're doing with Project Cloud, or xCloud, right? All the studios they've been purchasing, the going to the studios and saying, what game do you want to make? Money is not an issue. Getting Ninja over on Mixer, what they've done with Mixer. So a lot of you don't know, there was a lot of, if you're paying attention to the news, if you're paying attention to the industry news, there was a lot of layoffs after E3 at Mixer. There was a lot of news stories about, Mixer's done. And behind the scenes, I was telling Spicy and Jordan, no, they just got the big boys in there now.
Well, they basically did what most companies do when they buy a company.
Yeah.
Another company, like take Activision Blizzard, for example. You buy them, you let it sit for a year.
You let it simmer.
And
You let
then
it
you
simmer.
just get rid of everybody.
You get rid of everybody and,
And
put your
move
own,
your own
guys,
guys
in.
in, yeah.
But here's the thing: if this deal was down for a long time, they needed to bring in the big boys to do some major engineering stuff, and they have. Like, their moves have all. I've agreed with all of their moves, even with Sparks. They've made some changes to Sparks. I agree with it. I think it's Mixer growing up. It's Mixer maturing. Mixer was preteen, prepubescent. Now we're going through puberty right now. We're about to become a badass adult here soon.
With chest
Fully grown man.
Yeah.
With
Boys
hair
are
and-
about to drop.
Great discussion. With that, let's get this show on the road.
Thank you for slowing down and letting me hit that bumper.
That was just for you, baby. Actually, first news
That's
story.
just for you, baby.
Hey, baby!
Yeah, thanks, sugar.
I do that I don't know why I do that. I'm like George Costanza. Baby! Before we get started, the first news story, Wolfenstein came out last week.
Yeah,
right?
Youngbloods.
Yeah, so let's do these two. I forgot to do these two. Wolfenstein came out. Jordan and I had a chance to jump in and play some Wolfenstein co-op style. So Wolfenstein has always been single-player, first-person shooter since Bethesda has taken it over, and it has been fabulous. It's one of my favorite first-person. It and Doom, my two favorite first-person shooter campaigns. Then they came out with Rage this year. That's another excellent one. Not to the same level, but still really good.
Yeah.
But Wolfenstein, fabulous. It's got great story. It's super smooth, very gritty, very dark, very mature. And now they have Youngbloods. And Youngblood, it's a cheaper game. It starts at $29, $39 if you want to be able to play with a friend. This is the first time you can do co-op. You are Blazewicz's daughters, twin daughters.
Twin daughters.
And you play together. Jordan, give me your first impressions. We had a chance to play co-op. We really wanted to do co-op because that's what sets this game apart.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for
Yeah.
here. Give me your thoughts, first impressions on Wolfenstein.
The Youngbloods.
Youngblood.
So,
Yeah, we'll just call it Youngblood.
yeah, we'll call it Youngblood.
Because it's
so
completely
my,
different.
My first impression is it's a good first-person shooter, but it's not Wolfenstein.
I agree with that 120%.
It's not. Well, I mean,
And that's not
it's
necessarily...
a Wolfenstein game in the it takes place like it's a Wolfenstein game it's in the universe,
Yeah.
but it's not
It
a
doesn't
Wolfenstein game.
It does not have the feel of Wolfenstein.
No.
It
Especially
feels-
the two new reboots.
It
right?
feels like a first-person shooter, and a very good first-person
No,
shooter.
and I think it's a good first-person shooter. I just don't feel it's on the same level as Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein 2. Now,
agree
that
with
being
that.
said, I have only played. I made it most way.
couple hours.
Well, of number 2, right?
Yeah.
I've made it most way through the first one, and then
Sure.
I have played a few hours of the second one, and it's a fun game.
the
It's on
second
my
one,
list.
though, blows your mind.
It's on my.
Oh.
It's on my. It's on my list to beat.
Oh,
this
there you
summer,
go.
Remember, but no. So when I'm playing a game. And when this, I'm going to explain what happened to me, right? And when this happens to me, it's not necessarily a good sign because you don't want it happening. But when I was playing Youngbloods, I wanted to play Wolfenstein 2, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to jump into a game and then you're like, oh, man, now I want to play this other game.
Yeah,
Right? You know what
yeah.
I mean? Like, for example.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, well,
you don't jump into Witcher 3 and be like, I want to play Witcher 2. 'Cause
Exactly,
Witcher
right.
3
When-
is
when I-
superior.
Yeah, when
it's a
I-
standalone superior
Exactly.
piece of artwork.
Well, same thing. When I jumped into Red Dead Redemption 2, I wasn't thinking halfway through, like, oh, man, I really want to jump back and play Red Dead Redemption
What I
1,
was
right?
thinking is I really hope they bring Red Dead Redemption 1 to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah, so, but no, so that's going through the levels. It was fun. The co-op was cool. The guns were cool. After trial and error, I actually did like their enemy mechanics. Certain boss enemies have certain weapons and bullets you have to shoot.
Took
them
a little
with.
bit getting used to.
Yeah,
Because they have counters, and the counters aren't instinctive. How they use the counters
they're
is-
squares.
They're squares. They're different squares underneath your
They're
gun.
very distinctive.
Underneath your loadout, and it's so hard to get used to it first. But once you get used to it,
Yeah.
you can switch.
So
pretty
they have
fast.
like bosses like a flamethrower come out, just different enemy types, right? And different guns do better against different enemy types. So like this enemy type is weak against shotguns, which have this kind of bullet, stuff like that, right? But the way they presented it to you at first was kind of weird, but we got used to it, and it actually ended up being really fun. No, but I think it's a good first-person shooter. But like I said, like every time I play it, or the time we played it when we streamed it and played co-op, I had a good time, but it made me want to play
I agree.
Wolfenstein. Right?
I had that exact same experience. Good things I like about it: co-op. Co-op is fun. It's difficult. It's not easy. The AI, I feel like, does a really good job.
Yeah.
They mix up the characters. They mix up the boss fights really well.
Power suit's worthless.
Power suits. Yeah, you're in a power suit.
Power suit.
That makes you invisible to bullets. And in the other Wolfensteins, it does make you pretty freaking strong.
Yeah.
And you gotta
Can't even open an
use
elevator.
a teamwork to open an elevator.
Yeah, can't open a door.
Oh, it sounds like Endgame.
Oh, but one of my favorite things is in one of the levels we were playing, you're in this Zeppelin, right? It's the intro kind of prologue level to Wolfenstein, and in this Zeppelin, it's like a casino, and there's buffets all around.
Yeah.
And you're shooting, blood is flying everywhere, and your health is going down, and you can just grab some sushi from the bar, eat it, your health goes right back up.
It was like a Vegas buffet.
Yeah, it is hilarious.
Yeah, it is pretty funny.
Oh, that's good.
I don't like the level numbers over the bosses because it's a Wolfenstein game. I don't mind them in any other game, but that's part of what makes it not feel like Wolfenstein.
Yeah.
Is they have who you're fighting against. They have their levels there, so you can see. Oh, this is a way difficult character. This is a boss character. But it does feel good. I have the same. It's good. I think what makes this good is that $29 price point. That $29 price point. That's exactly what this game is to me. And for that, it's a buy at $29. Absolutely. If it was $60, I would say no. It's like
I agree.
It feels like a side story to the main Wolfenstein franchise. It doesn't feel like a main Wolfenstein.
Well, and that's the
standalone.
well, and that's what I'm saying. That's the feeling it left with me too, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. It seems like a little side story because when you're playing it, and maybe it's just you and I, right? Maybe other people are having a fantastic time with it, and it is a good first person shooter. I do like it, but when I play it, how many times did we say like, "Oh man, I kind of just want to go play Wolfenstein 2 now"?
Yeah, no, we did many times. I'll tell you what's having that effect on me. I'm reading the Witcher books right now.
Good. Those are good books. Those are really good books.
I'll tell you, it changes my perception.
It makes the game better.
Yeah, I can't wait. I want to go jump into the game because I've started that game like 4 times, right? It changes my perception on everybody now. Like I'm understanding like Triss Marigold. She's just a wounded in love deer that I want to nurse back to lovemaking health, right? Like
who
in the
doesn't?
books, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyways, and she's just smitten with Geralt, and in the book they really dive into, and she's cool in the book, really cool in the book. And I don't feel like the game.
She's cool in a couple of the games too.
Well, see, I didn't get super far in the game. I got like 20 hours in, and then I restarted like an idiot. I got to restart again. But the books, that's making me want to play that game so bad. That's what you did, Spicy, right? You read those books and played the game simultaneously?
Yeah, it's really... Well, I played the game, read the books, and then played the game.
Again, yeah.
Yeah. The books are amazing.
They
And
are
you're
really
still
good.
on main story 3, right?
I was
I put
worried.
in I think 118 hours of that game, and I'm not even on
Well,
the
I was
campaign.
worried because I think they're Polish, right? The author's Polish, and they did a translation, and I was worried because a lot of people on Amazon and stuff said sometimes the translation is a little bit weird.
Are you audiobook or?
No, I am Kindle. I'm reading it.
Oh, okay,
I always have one book that I'm reading going at night. That's how I do it. But I got distracted because we're getting embers dropped by
Yeah, I'll go into it.
Oh, there we go.
So
Oak Rushing, thank you for the embers, my man. Appreciate it.
I think CD Projekt Red has made the best novel to game I have ever seen. Like
you go.
it is.
There you
What's
go.
because they did it smart.
Yeah, they gave him a bag of money.
Well, no, they said, okay, here's what you've established. We're not going to do a prequel. We're just going to
Tell more of the story.
Oh, hey, he got knocked out. Now let's do our own
and
thing.
it was it's so well done, and there is such care taken to the character progression, who these characters are, where they come from, that when you play the game, when you play like Witcher 3 and you meet some of the characters for the first time, you're just like, oh, okay. But when you read the book and you know the background behind what's
Dandelion,
happened,
for example.
Dandelion
he starts right away. He's in the first book right from the beginning.
oh, it is so good.
Yeah.
I
and here's what my worry was because of the translation, and then gaming books I've read, with the exception of Halo. Halo is legit, but others I've tried to get in. Like I tried to get into a random Gears one that just didn't do it for me, and I'm sure I picked the wrong one. I'm sure there's a lot that I could pick that are good because there's just so many of the Gears ones. But I was worried that the game they took this story that was mediocre and made it great in the game. But no, the book is legit.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
Excellent.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Another game that dropped this week before we continue on with the news. Sorry, Jordan. Madden 20 is here.
Madden
it's official.
season.
I had a chance to wet my palate a little bit with it. I got crushed last night. I just jumped right into online. I got crushed a little bit, but that's all right. We scored a touchdown or two to make it respectable. You got to get used to They did change some things in Audible on the controls. I did play this at E3, and I don't know what build I was playing at E3, but it did not feel this good at E3. This final build is amazing. Like, it is the smoothest. Ready for this statement? It's the smoothest Madden I've ever played. It's that good. The running, the passing, the tackling, the audibles, everything is so smooth. They've nailed it. This is the best iteration, at least just online. I've played online. Now I haven't played Ultimate Team. I haven't played the story mode or anything like that yet. But for online, for me, just pure gameplay, it's the smoothest Madden I've ever played.
Yeah.
Bar none. Nick Spicy, you were watching it. Could you tell it was smooth? The presentation, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Weren't you
It's
coaching
beautiful.
him?
I was coaching
He's
him.
coaching me up.
I was in
Motivational.
chat.
Get across the line.
Speaking of, we were talking about streaming affecting, the streamer.
Yeah.
I was telling him how to play. I was
He's
telling
coaching me
him,
up. Give me some of those coaching tips.
you need to get that football into the touchdown area.
Yeah. Inspiring.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
You need to stop the people with white and blue shirts. You need to stop them from getting into your touchdown area.
And I was like, what? I was like, boom.
Yeah, I'm
Coached me
definitely
up. When he started
Coach
coaching
of
me
the
up,
year.
when he started coaching me up, we started making some moves, man.
Yeah.
We started making some moves.
coach of the year.
It's fantastic. One of the things that they do different is the X Factor for all of the players. So each of your players gets like a bonus X Factor if you're doing well with them. It's essentially them catching on fire, like an NBA Jam. He's on fire, right? You can't miss a three. I was worried about this, and I did experience it at E3. I was worried it would make it arcadey, that it would really take away from Madden, the feel of Madden, and make it more arcadey. It really doesn't. It just gives, like a Drew Brees. It's like when a player gets hot, like a Drew Brees, he becomes more accurate or whatever their specialties are. They change for everybody. With the X Factor, it doesn't make them unstoppable. Still, though, it just means like that's their main guy. He's a tackler. He's gonna get sacks a little bit easier, right? Just like in real life, right? Like it's really good. I like the X Factor about it. I like everything about it. Madden, if you were on the fence about it, if you're worried about it, wondering about it, it's legit. Pick it up, purchase it, grab EA Access, get 10% off because it's the smoothest Madden. Go check anywhere. Everybody says the same thing. This is the smoothest Madden that they've
Chat's
done
funny.
yet.
They're wondering if you said sax or sex. He's better at sex.
The X Factor just came on. His special sex ability. He's getting more sex.
Oh man,
With the quarterback. I'm the quarterback. Okay, with that, we let's move to the show. Jordan, tell us what's happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
So, in addition to those two games and Ninja coming to Mixer, you still got a lot of big news. Number one
Big boy
being
news.
the Call of Duty multiplayer reveal was this week. Did you guys see it?
Yes. Oh, well, I didn't see the reveal live. I went back and watched it afterwards.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I watched. The 20v20 domination.
Yes, and there's more than that. First of all, the game looks good. I will give them credit for using that new engine. The game does look really good. So there's a ton of new features coming to the multiplayer. One of them, should we just get the big one right out of the way? Crossplay.
Crossplay, it's here.
So Crossplay,
Activision could do this. Fortnite and Activision. Crossplay everywhere.
Yeah. Fortnite and Activision.
I mean, sorry, Epic and Activision.
Oh, okay.
You know, the big boys. Sorry.
there's the same thing. Let's be real.
So PS4, PC, and Xbox One players crossplay. Basically, there's crossplay. There's not much more to say about it.
This is
but,
the first big, huge title.
No, yeah, the first
to do it
was the
officially
first
before
time.
launch.
This is the first time Call of Duty's been doing it.
Yeah.
Right, which is really cool. So now I assume they didn't get into too much detail with it. They did talk about how you can use different peripherals, which are like keyboard mount and stuff like that, right? But I assume that it's going to be kind of similar to like Fortnite, where you can choose, hey, I want to play with PC, but you can choose who you're playing with, right?
Yeah.
So if you only want to stick to console, you can stick to console and stuff like that, right? Another big one, which I'm a big fan of this one. I think this is really cool, and I'm really glad Titanfall kicked it off for us so long ago. No season pass.
Boom. And free DLC.
Yes.
Because of the no specs.
Because of the no
kind
specs,
of go hand in hand. There you go.
So because the developer wants to keep the player base together for longer, right?
Yeah.
Which every time you come out with a map pack, a paid map pack, you split your player base, right?
Yeah.
Because you always have the people that'll buy it, and you always have the people that won't buy it, right? Yeah. So very cool. What I got excited for is they showed off the gunsmithing.
Oh yeah,
which is
really cool.
really cool.
We talked about this a little bit last week with gunsmithing.
Yes,
you
so
have 5 slots.
5 slots for your guns
that
and
you can use, but there's 9 options, I believe, right? Something like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9. Yeah, there's nine total options you can adjust your gun to, but you can only fill 5 of those slots.
Yep. Which is very cool. And you can do anything. You can do the muzzle, sights, optics, stock, under barrel, magazines, all different sorts of stuff, right? You can really customize this. From what it sounds like, and when they show it, is you can really customize the statistics of your gun.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Which is really cool.
I'm watching this trailer.
We're going to get to that feature in just a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
So the weapon customization is super cool. The gunsmithing, I'm really excited for. When we first talked about this, I was kind of comparing it to like the Ghost Recon gunsmithing.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Where you're able to basically take apart the whole gun. Yeah. Dude, I feel like this is a more simplified version of that.
No, absolutely.
But still really cool idea,
and
right?
still
really
personalized enough that it's that carrot on the stick, right? That you'll play to get more upgrades to your weapons, to get it exactly how you want it.
Exactly, right? Progression and gameplay are unified across all 3 main modes: campaign, multiplayer, and I assume the Spec Ops mode, which is the co-op mode, which is really cool. All right, so this is one of the parts Mark was looking at during the trailer, if you're watching the trailer live with us right now, but there's night vision goggles in this game, right? Now, there's going to be levels that are night maps, which means you're going to have to use night vision goggles, and it's actually going to get better with the next feature, but I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Oh, my gosh.
So, the night vision goggles...
I'll be honest, I'm kind of turned on.
Dude, I knew you would be.
Yeah, no, it's really cool. There's one mode I think that's really going to set you over the edge, because that's what it did for me. But the night vision goggles...
Yeah,
let's talk about those. Not only do they come with the $200 edition, and by the way, if you buy the $200 edition, they are real.
They're real.
Night
They're
vision
legit.
goggles.
Oh yeah, I want that.
So if you buy the $200, I believe it's called the Dark Edition, you do get real night vision goggles in addition to a few other cool perks, right? So night vision goggles. I mean, we've all played games. Usually, you turn on the night vision, you can see in the night, which is really cool. In this game, they're going to be pretty important. Right? So when you do the night maps, it's going to be dark. You can actually strategically shoot out lights on the night map to make it dark, right?
For the record, our resident Marine in chat, Ronan, says, quote unquote, real night vision goggles cost a lot more than $200.
Okay, he makes a good point, but that's all I can afford, you know?
There we go.
Oh, we have another military.
I've used many and purchased many for the military, and yes.
How much do they run? Can
Have
you give
you
us
ever-
a cheap pair. If we were to if we were in a
cheap pair,
rush,
like from China.
yeah, if we're in a rush, like $600, a nice pair, 2,000 plus.
So did you ever do deals with Activision when any of the Call of Duty games came out? I mean, did you ever?
Yeah, he's doing their logistics.
You don't have the wholesale option that Activision has.
Yeah, you must say. Yeah,
military doesn't have that wholesale coupon card that Activision has.
They told me that they're real. And that they work.
They were delivering some, and some pirates stole a bunch of them.
Activision paid them off.
That's funny. Anyway, so the night vision goggles in the game, there's going to be these night maps that you can play, which there's going to be some lights on the map that you can shoot out, which the developers were kind of talking about.
Yeah, that's
so you
cool.
can strategically do it. Now, when you turn on your night vision, when you aimed it, so your laser, when you aim down sight, it turns on the laser, right?
Yeah.
So when you turn on your night in the night vision, right, you can actually see other players' lasers, right? So it'll kind of give them away because
that's awesome.
there's a lot of cool things that they're doing with the night vision. Now, the biggest thing that the night vision goes into, and there's this other mode that they're coming. So like David said, they have the 10v10, 20v20. They even are boasting. They didn't show it, but they are talking about their ground war, which is their big mode, can support over 100 players.
Boom. There you go.
Whoa.
That's what they didn't show it.
They did show their 20v20.
But they did show 20v20.
And it looked smooth.
And they said
and
in
it
that,
looked intense. It looked good.
They said in that mode, the ground war, we can support over 100 players. Now, with the new engine, this is cool. In addition to that, there is vehicles in this game now in certain modes. So in the ground war mode, you can actually call down a tank and get in the tank and have a friend get on the tank and you can drive it around.
Oh, yeah, like a little party.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking they're trying to do and this is really smart because
Battlefield competition?
Yeah, because
Take away Battlefield's
I
advantage?
think Battlefield is still
Because of vehicles.
which is a shame. I think they're still limping from the last
Yeah, because
release.
Battlefield
they kinda
5 is
messed that one up.
legit.
Yeah, no, the mechanics are the best in the series, I think, but they kind of messed up a few things.
Oh, yeah.
And
They botched
I think,
launch.
Yeah, and then they botched after launch, and then someone finally told them to stop talking.
Someone slapped him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I think they're going to try and. I don't know. I think it's a cool feature, so they're adding it to the game. But I also think they may be trying to go for that crowd, especially saying that they have a mode that can support 100 players. Right?
Yeah.
That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah.
So
No, it is.
I'm curious to see how it plays out.
Killstreaks, they're back.
Yeah, kill streaks are back, which are really cool. You can get a lot of cool kill streaks
Yeah.
that I'm looking forward to using.
Do you think it was a mistake to remove them? I mean, obviously they do if they're bringing them back. Killstreaks, McSpicy. You think it was a mistake for them to remove Killstreaks? You like that they're bringing them back? Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they kind of got out of hand for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Keep it
you went
simple.
you went from Modern Warfare to was it World at War, and then those kill streaks were like dogs and stuff, and then Modern Warfare 2 had like 30 that you could choose, and then they just got crazy.
And then there was,
like whoa.
the nuke,
Whoa.
the nuke that
I
killed
think
everybody.
they're bringing
The
back
nuke one, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might be bringing back the nuke.
Yeah,
I
but I
really
think it's super hard to get.
I think one of the reasons that the original Modern Warfare was such a classic is how simple it was in what it was. PvP teams, and you just get 3, 5, and 7 kill streaks, and it was a very simple. I mean, it's like CS:GO. That game's great because it's simple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, so.
There's greatness in simplicity.
But at the same time, Modern Warfare 2 took those kill streaks to the next level, and that was I can't even tell you how many times I just laughed. Because it was pretty
Well, what's really interesting, speaking of kill streaks, right? They're bringing back a Juggernaut as one of them. And I was watching this YouTuber because I was watching a couple videos on a lot of the news coverage of the event that was happening on. And he was saying that there was like metal music playing in the background when the Juggernaut came on, and like other players could hear it. It was pretty.
Hey,
cool.
that's
It was-
funny.
so- But anyway, there's gonna have.
So let me just say, if kill streaks are done right,
Yeah.
like Modern Warfare 2 was crazy kill streaks, but I feel like it was done in a way that I enjoyed.
Yeah.
You know, and it just it just pissed you off when somebody got a 25 kill streak, but then you go, because that's the nuke, it kills everybody. The 25 kill streak kills everybody, and then you go, I guess he deserved it. Like we're
he got
dead
25 kills.
because he kills everybody because of nukes. I think they really did a good job with that. And then I felt like they kind of went downhill after that game,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
So, before we get into my favorite game more, let's talk about the map sizes. So they're going to have 3 different types of maps. They're going to have your flash maps, which are designed for your close quarters 2v2, which is the mode we talked about a little while ago, which, by the way, looked freaking fun when they were playing it. Then you're going to have your tactical maps, which are your kind of traditional Call of Duty maps. That's your 6v6. And then you're going to have your 10v10 battle maps. And those battle maps... 6v6 and 10v10 are your tactical maps. My bad. 20v20 and what they're saying can support more than 100 players is your battle maps, right? Your big, large scale. Those are the ones that'll be huge.
Yeah.
You know,
We
with
don't-
100 players.
Yeah, we don't know what they are, though, right?
Well, they showed the 20v20. That's all we
Yeah.
saw. And then they said, the team said, but they'll support more than 100 players. So I
So
don't,
is that
I don't
custom
know what
matches,
that means.
or does that mean battle royale, or does that mean what does that mean?
I don't know.
Or their own
that's
variation.
Like, that's like when you buy like something off the infomercial. They're like, and it can go to space. You know, they like,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. But hey, with the new engine,
Well, that's like that tape guy. Remember that tape guy that like the super tape that he would put on the water tank?
Yeah.
And then he makes a boat out of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that guy.
yeah, so they got that guy. So, but anyway, not to mention the game looks super pretty.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, their new engine, I don't know what they did, but they hired the right guy this
No,
year.
it does look good.
Yeah, so,
It does
okay,
look really
biggest feature that I think all of us will be most excited about, especially you, Mark, they have a new mode that they're coming out with. It's called Realism Mode, right? Now, it's still Call of Duty, so it's not going to be like 100% like Arma, right, when we jump into this Realism Mode. But in this Realism Mode, it's going to take away all HUD indications, so no
I dig it,
mini-map. Well, and actually, the mini-map's already gone. There's only a compass up top now.
Sure.
So there's already no mini map, but it takes away everything. So nothing is on your HUD, right?
Okay.
Even when you shoot a player, there's no hit markers. So the only way that you know a player is dead is if you see them fall and die.
When their head
Yeah.
explodes.
They said that they're...
That's cool. I like that. I really like that.
That's hardcore mode.
Uh-huh.
That's
They're-
spicy mode.
yeah.
Yeah. So they're saying that the movement is going to be a little bit different in the realism mode because you're going to move a little bit more realistically. And one of the cool... And I think the devil's in the details, right? So the details are what really makes the game for me. This is really cool. When we go back to those night modes and you have to turn on your night vision goggles,
Yeah.
in the realism mode, imagine wearing night vision goggles. How are you going to aim down sights? You can't. So they make it to where you aim differently, right like that. That's how you aim in night vision mode because you can't actually pull your gun up to your eyes. So anyway, I just think that's a cool little detail that they added. But the realism mode, I think, is going to be the game mode to play.
Cool.
It looks
It looks
super,
awesome.
super cool,
Yeah.
and it sounds really cool.
Dude,
I
they're
know.
bringing their game this
I know.
year.
I say this. That's what I say every year.
Literally.
No, well, I think having the new engine is really
Oh,
the
man.
biggest thing of this
I didn't
too.
think I'd ever get back into Call of
Dude,
Duty.
I think you might.
But I'm itching to do something about that. Oh man, we're watching.
By the way, I like how you aim down sights now.
Oh gosh,
It doesn't pull up the whole screen.
Please, with a game that looks this fun to play, please don't screw up the spawns. Please don't let me see myself killing the guy that I killed, and then I'm dead in his kill cam.
And see, that's probably why you play realism mode.
That's realism mode. There
'Cause
is no kill
they
cam.
probably won't have a kill cam.
Please.
They'll have no idea where you're sniping from.
Please don't let them
Oh,
appear right behind
You guys
me.
want to hear? You guys want to hear a cool?
In realism mode, they don't reappear.
I just want this now in my life, really, really bad.
So there's this feature that the developers kind of gave you a situation in the game that they didn't add, but it's just features within the game that you can do, which I thought was really cool. So you notice I don't know if this is the reveal. It is at the very beginning of this trailer. You notice them open a door just a little bit,
Sure.
and then throw in
Yeah.
a grenade. So that's not the campaign. That's a multiplayer sequence. You can nudge doors open, throw in a grenade, and then breach the building, right? So the developers actually talked about a scenario like, what if you nudged the door open, threw in a flashbang, banged the doors open, and then 200 meters back, you had a sniper just shoot into those doorways
Yeah.
to everybody that's flashed or whatever, right? So, I mean, really cool stuff that they're bringing this year. And my favorite part is I've been waiting for a game, and Black Ops kind of did this, but it was still a little bit more futuristic. But I'm excited for a modern game.
yeah,
It'll be fun, a modern combat game, right?
Yeah.
So, but anyway, Call of Duty bringing their A game.
Is that the biggest story of the week? Because that's a lot
Other than Ninja.
I mean, Ninja's probably the other big story.
Yeah.
Can you go through? Let's pick 3 of what you think are the most important news stories.
Well, they're all really quick.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, so No Man's Sky gets its Beyond update. It was a big week.
It was a big
It
week.
was a
There's
big
lot to
week,
talk
yeah.
about.
So, we don't have to do that one. Anyway. Well, No Man's Sky gets its new update coming on August 14th, the Beyond update for the
Yeah.
Xbox, so which is pretty cool.
This is where you can actually meet and play with other players together, which was they had multiplayer, but you couldn't really play at the same time together
Yeah.
in the same world, right? Because we tried it.
it was like pseudo worlds.
It was pseudo multiplayer. It was
Yeah.
like
Pseudo.
it was like yoga. Yoga's fun, but it's not lifting weights, right? Like that's what it was. This No Man's Sky was fun.
It's exercise.
It's exercise.
But let's be real.
But you're not gonna be able to lift a truck after you do yoga.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care how long you can stand on your hands on a paddleboard for in the middle of a lake. You're not gonna be able to lift that truck. Okay? That's what the first multiplayer of No Man's Sky was. It was there. It was good. It was fun, but it just wasn't real multiplayer.
Yeah.
So now it's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, it's coming.
Boom.
August 14th, which is really cool. Showtime's Halo series. You remember we talked about Showtime making a Halo show, and we hope they don't Showtime it.
Yeah.
You know?
Who'd they get as Cortana?
So for Cortana, they got the Californication star, Natasha McElhone. I'm not good at names.
Cortana.
So, and then for Master Chief, they got Pablo Shrine.
Oh yeah, she would be a good Cortana. They shave her head. She'd be a
Well,
good
sorry. So
Cortana.
she's going to play Dr. Halsey.
Oh,
and then
okay.
also do the voice acting for Cortana.
Oh, very cool.
Cortana's based off
'Cause
Dr.
why not?
Halsey.
Yeah.
And then Master Chief will be played by Pablo Schreiber.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they got that casting going, and then they casted a few other people as well. But those are the two
Can
big
I
ones.
just say I love when you pronounce whatever it is?
Yeah,
it's
no,
like my
it's-
favorite
yeah,
thing about the show.
What do you do?
It's just like the
Names.
It's the best.
So I miss the days when everybody's last name was just like Smith and Johnson.
Yeah. A Johnson family.
Yeah.
Well, you do name the weeb names. You
Yeah, yeah. How come you can?
He nails the
How
Japanese
come you can do the
names.
Japanese names like it's nothing?
Yeah, he
it's
nails those.
These
'Cause he's a-
English families.
Because he's a weeb.
Because he's a,
He's our resident weeb.
You should, yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
you should watch more Cheers and less Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan.
Which, by the
Did
way,
you guys see the new season? Or not the new season,
No.
but are you all caught up?
nope, not yet.
Shame.
I was just over there. However, everybody says My Hero
Shame.
Academia or Academia. What is it? My Hero-
Academia?
Academia is
Yeah.
the show to watch.
Yeah, our younger brother actually says it's pretty decent.
Yeah, I hear it's like everybody's telling me about it, raving about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't trust everybody though. I trust you. Should
I
watch
haven't
it?
watched it yet because. Okay, this is what happened. Let me tell you what happened.
There's an event here.
Well, so I used to work at this fast food joint with your mom, actually. Not a joke.
Not
real.
an insult.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
I used to work at a fast food place with your mom.
No, she
you
actually.
take that back.
No, she actually got me the job. It was very nice.
I know,
of her.
my mom's a
she-
nice
it was
person.
very nice.
You know who got
My
me?
mom's a nice person.
You know,
Don't you dare
you
speak.
know who got me my job?
Your mom. It's really true.
Yeah,
My mom helped Jordan get his job.
It's true. It's true.
So anyway, so I'm working at this place, and everybody's telling me, "Oh, Jordan, Black Butler, it's the show to watch." Like, I'm like, okay, is it? And I'm thinking,
Yeah, you're always like, yeah.
So they're all
This is
so
on
there's-
Funimation.
Black Butler. I think at this point, Black Butler was on like Netflix.
Oh,
It was
okay,
all over,
okay,
right?
okay,
But yeah, this
okay.
was a while ago. This is years
This is
ago,
a long
right?
time ago. Okay.
So everybody's telling me like they're going to costume parties dressed to these cosplay. I remember they're telling me Black Butler.
Okay.
It's the only show ever. Like it's the anime of animes, and I'm like,
Okay.
okay, finally I'll watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
No.
Well,
I
I've
did not.
not heard of it.
And it's just me. I mean, if you like it, there's nothing wrong with that.
How about One Punch?
But
I see
I've
that
watched
guy
I've watched
everywhere.
a few
Is One Punch
episodes of
good?
One Punch Man. I think it's funny.
Yeah, it looks like comical.
I think it's funny. It's
He's like the comical superhero of anime.
I'll say there's a couple people in chat. Black Buckler took a while to grow on me. Okay, and maybe I just didn't give it enough. I usually try to give it like 5 or 6 episodes, but I just couldn't get into it. So that's the last time I listened to the Mob.
Yeah,
yeah,
Death
fair.
Star Destroyer
And I'm
does
like,
say
yeah.
One Punch Man is so good. That's one
Yeah,
that's
I think it's funny.
It's on
Yeah.
my Funimation queue.
Yeah.
There, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for it.
But anyway, no, I've My Hero Academia is another one. Like everybody's like, watch it. I'm like,
Yeah, that's what everyone's telling me too.
It's almost like Stranger Things. Everybody's telling me to watch it, so I'm kind of like, well, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. If everybody says for me to
Yeah,
watch it,
it's-
I had this.
Yeah,
Black
but
Butler
everybody is
experience.
like me and David.
Yeah,
So you
that's-
should listen to
That
us.
is true. There's
yeah,
like
yeah,
a small circle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're everybody's
Even
a
though it
very
is-
small circle.
Even though it is a lot of people liking that show, we're the ones who told you to watch it.
Anyway, Cyberpunk news. First of all, they're coming out with a card game. That's awesome. It's called
Well-
Cyberpunk the Card Game Afterlife, or Cyberpunk Afterlife.
Well, they came out with Gwent.
Yeah,
This
so
is
I
true.
think they're doing the same, but they
But
didn't
this
come
is
out
a
with a
physical-
physical.
this is
Like
a
it's an
physical
actual
board
physical
game.
board. No, it's a card game. Physical card game.
Yeah, no, but it's one that you don't buy like expansion packs. You buy the card game, and that's all the
Oh,
cards.
if this game takes off, you can buy expansion packs.
Okay. You heard it here first.
Wait, so what's that? Is it like a? What is it?
It's a card game.
But what is
No,
it?
that's all we know. It's Cyberpunk 2077 Afterlife, right?
Here's what it
Players
is.
become the fixers and data brokers and masterminds in Night City that recruit cyberpunks and equip them with gear and send them out on missions.
Here.
Oh my gosh, it's probably a good game too.
Using an innovative
sounds-
listen to this. Using an innovative drafting mechanic and special dashboard, players must decide which cards they want to buy and which to sacrifice for
Yeah.
funds in order to purchase new ones.
So what it sounds like, and this is just me, and
it's
I really
a game
like.
about opportunity cost.
No, check this out. What it sounds like. What it sounds like.
It's a game about fiscal responsibility.
The prisoner's dilemma. Have you heard of that? That's what this game is.
Well, what do you do?
Well, it's a game of logical fallacies.
No. So I think it's a deck building, like a deck building game,
Yeah,
right?
that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it says
Yeah.
right there.
Which
well,
I
if it's
like.
a deck building game, then there will be expansions.
I hope so.
There has to be.
No, I think
I
it's-
bought the Harry
okay.
Potter deck building game. Fantastic game, by the way. If we ever have a game night, we'll play it. There's no expansions yet. I don't know why.
Did it
Because
sell?
it's
I bought it.
exactly what this is. It's what this is. It's it comes with your set cards and that's it. You don't buy expansions.
You remember that game Mysterium? That came with that had an expansion. Added new cards. That's the point of a card game, to add new cards. You ever hear of Magic or Hearthstone?
Have you ever heard of your mom?
She got him. My mom got him his job. Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
No, anyway, it looks really cool. Also, Cyberpunk 2077 had
Yep. Keep going. Keep talking.
a demo
Yeah.
behind closed doors at E3, and everybody obviously wants to see the demo, and they said they're going to show more at Gamescom.
Yeah.
So basically kind of like they did last year. They had their behind closed doors at E3, and then they came out with 40 minutes of gameplay a few months later to everything,
Yep.
which was really cool. Big news, Season 10 for Fortnite. They added mechs, which is pretty freaking awesome. Actually, I was watching Ninja play today because it was his first stream. It was actually a really good stream.
He was doing good.
Yeah.
He's a good streamer.
He was excited. I haven't seen him excited in a couple weeks.
Yeah, usually he's just like, let me drink
We drink my Red Bull.
my Red Bull that they're paying me a lot of money to drink.
I secretly hate this friggin' drink. So what I've done is I've removed the stickers from my other Red Bulls and I put them over this Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that's what
That'd be hilarious.
That is funny.
Oh, man.
But yeah, it adds rifts and mechs is the big thing. So you can get an actual mech unit and shoot people, and it's really cool. Nightwolf is coming to Mortal Kombat. We all know Nightwolf. You remember Nightwolf?
I do.
Yeah,
Crazy
he's
like
coming.
the wolf.
So he's going to be in the combat pack, which...
I love your 80s reference. That just makes me feel good.
I knew you'd get that.
Thank you. I love 80s pop culture.
So he will be in the combat pack if you have it, if you bought the combat pack. If you have the combat pack, you'll get him on August 13th. If not, then you'll have to wait like everybody else and get him on August 20th. But that's okay. It's only a week later. And one of my favorite stories, Games with Gold.
Oh, this month is huge. This month, I think, is the biggest games with gold month ever.
It's real big.
It's
History
big,
of
real big.
mankind.
It's huge. In the history of mankind, there's never been a games with gold as large as the games of gold is this month. We're breaking records.
The first two Games with Gold are Gears of War 4 to get you ready for Gears 5.
In a world.
And a lot of people might think, well, wait a minute. I thought all the Xbox exclusives were on already. Games with Gold on Game Pass and stuff. Well,
Well, they're on Game Pass.
they're on Game Pass. This is Games with Gold, baby.
Yeah, so it's free.
This is Games with Gold.
Well,
It's free. Go
free if
download
you
it. Gears of War
subscribe
4.
to
Catch
Go,
up
yeah.
before the fifth one.
If you can play multiplayer on Xbox, you should get these games.
Amen, brother.
That's how you
Amen.
get it.
The next one is probably my favorite of the month, Torchlight.
That's your favorite of
Yeah,
the month?
yeah, because they're coming out with Torchlight 2 next month.
You suck.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, that's a great game. But look at the other games on here.
What? Wait, what? I missed something.
So the first Torchlight, that was
Torchlight.
that was
I'm
really great. Me
360.
and Jordan played together.
Yeah, but that's
and now
his
we
best game on
That's
here?
I'm the one I'm looking most forward to.
You foolish.
And it's a 360 backward compatibility
All right,
title.
let's look at these. Okay, let's look at these.
And then we got Forza Motorsport 6
Boom!
on the
That
16th.
is huge. That's giant.
On the 16th.
Heavy hitter.
I have 7. Why do I need 6? Castlevania.
Because you bought 7. 6 is free.
I'm just making fun of
6
that.
is. I think 6 is probably superior to 7.
They did some things really right that they didn't necessarily do
I
in
think
7.
6 is.
6 is good.
really good.
6 is good.
Yeah, 6
And
is
then
really good.
this last one
7.
is super giant as well.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow
Boom! It's
for your
huge.
360 title.
It's a critically acclaimed platforming
Monster!
Monster
Oh, yeah,
giant.
we were pretty close.
Yeah.
Torchlight got some awards too, man.
Torchlight is very good, but why play Torchlight when you can play Diablo?
No, check this out, because Torchlight 2
Okay.
is coming to Xbox One.
Yeah, but why play Torchlight 2 when I can play Diablo?
Hey,
3.
hey, Jordan. With that logic, Gears 5 is coming to Xbox One.
Yeah.
No, I've already beaten Gears of War 4. No, I'm
So,
excited for Torchlight because I can play through Torchlight
And
again.
Forza 8 is eventually going to come to Xbox One. So, I'm just saying that
This is
logic
true.
is a little flawed.
No,
True.
I'm
You-
excited.
Although I think I agree with you.
No,
I'm
Tor-
just saying let's
Okay.
tighten up the bolts to this argument that you got.
You brought up Diablo.
Yes,
These are the
Diablo.
guys that made Diablo when it was really good.
Yeah, but Diablo 3 is really good.
After like 3 years of
Okay,
renovating.
is Torchlight as good as Diablo 3? Oh, awkward silence.
Well,
Interesting.
You only gave. I want to recap that clip. Somebody clip that. You gave us probably 0.5
No,
seconds.
if it was really good, there would be no hesitation to be like, "Yep, just as good, no question."
no, I mean we're
Is
talking
Tor-
about.
okay.
What a
We're
stupid-
talking about the
what a s-
superiority of two very hot ladies. You
Yeah.
know, we gotta appreciate this one.
No, no, no.
Appreciate
And
that
ask,
one.
let
ask
me-
me which one I think is hotter. I'll tell you
Which-
right now.
Which one?
That one. Boom. No hesitation.
No,
I know what I like.
When Diablo first came out, and for the first year or so, it sucked fat ones.
Okay, yeah, but now we're talking about now.
We're not
Right
talking about
now.
then.
We're not talking about then.
Okay.
When will then be now?
She has
Soon.
blossomed.
Torchlight 2.
She has blossomed into a
No.
super hot supermodel.
I would say this. I think Torchlight 2 is as good as Diablo 3.
Okay, that's fair enough.
in its current state.
I would say
that's
it
fair.
may even be better.
Oh, wow.
Because Torchlight 2 is very similar to Diablo 2, and that is my favorite
Favorite
Diablo
one?
game.
I mean, it's
Okay.
the dude that literally said, "Hey, what if we made a Diablo game?" And then they kind of fired them, and they're like, "Okay, well, what if we make this other
All
game?"
right. Well, let's make one called Torchlight instead of
Well, I don't know if
calling
they
Diablo.
fired them, but they
it's
basically
the same people that made Diablo 2 made Torchlight.
Blizzard did what Blizzard did to those guys what Activision is doing to
To
them.
mo-
So that's because Blizzard,
Karma.
yeah, because
Karma,
As you-
Blizzard.
As
Karma.
you can see, we're all in the circle of life.
well, because I don't. It was a Northern Studios like Blizzard North or something like that made the first Diablo, and then they basically kind of Blizzard was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do all these different things," and kind of pushed everybody, and then it's just kind of circle of life. It's kind of
Circle
funny.
of life, boom.
So,
very fascinating.
and the animals eat the grass.
No, I'm excited for Torchlight because I'm excited to play through Torchlight and then play through Torchlight 2, and hopefully one day there's going to be a Torchlight 3, but maybe
Okay,
not.
Okay.
Well, they'll have to fire the people that made Diablo 3
And
for it to...
Okay, I will concede. It sounds like I need to play Torchlight.
See?
No.
That's the hot one. See, now that we had some time...
Now
it
that
was
you've
the
really
one on the
looked
left
at
the
that-
whole time.
I didn't say that I disagree that the one I picked is not the hottest one.
You found out
What
she
I
was
said
wearing
is-
Spanx or something.
What I said is I need to give this.
This one was natural.
Yeah. See?
Spanx.
That one cheated.
Yeah.
She had Spanx on. Well, I just decided I need to take this one for a spin. That's all.
Sponsored by Spanx.
Spanx. Yeah, we should get them a sponsor. Spanx. Brought to you by Spanx. This episode brought to you by Spanx. We believe in positive body image. Want to know what gives you a positive body image? Spanx.
Yes, a good one.
Type in positive gaming and
No.
checkout. Spanx.
I think they're both very good games, but I do really like the Torchlight series.
Yeah. Okay.
But I do really dig the gothic feel of Diablo. So
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Anyway, last but not least,
You don't like the emo gothic stuff.
Okay. Well, no.
Who doesn't? I'll name you.
No. Okay.
I
There's-
love black lipstick.
No. Gothic, true 15th century Gothic is what we're talking
Like
about.
Bloodborne.
Here. You give me a high school teenager taking pictures in a game. And that is why her life is so hard while she's sucking face with her new girlfriend.
She shops at Hot Topic.
Yeah. That's the Gothic I don't like.
Yeah.
Man, all right.
No, I
That's
agree
good
with
to
you.
know. It's good to know. I'm glad we clarified that.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. 15th century Gothic, love.
Hot Topic.
2019 teenager confused about her sexuality and taking pictures all over the place wearing black. Not a big fan. You're
Yeah.
too emo for me, man. Get
Too
take
gothic.
control of your life.
Do Hot
Well,
Topics even exist
smile
anymore?
once in a while. Not everything's about heavy
What's
metal.
that game you're referencing?
Come on, David.
What's the game you're
You don't know
referencing?
what game I'm referencing.
I know. I can't remember the name.
Stranger Things. What is
Stranger
it?
Things.
Name the game I'm.
Oh,
Life
the-
is Strange.
the coming of
Life
age
is
game.
Strange. It's Life of Strange.
Yeah.
That's
Just
the
I
game.
want to be clear.
That was so funny
that
you got
David
into it.
really does not have a prejudice to your teenage daughters that are going through a phase.
No, I don't. It's a game. Life is Strange. That is a good game, but I give Spicy a hard time about it
'Cause it's a fun-
because he loves it.
it's
And
a
like
good
the coming
game,
of age of
and
a teenage girl.
It's really.
Spicy really relates to that.
You're a photographer, teenage girl that has drama.
He relates to those awkward years.
It's another
do.
Tuesday. You know?
She's not wearing Spanx.
She doesn't wear Spanx. No, true. True. Maybe she wouldn't be so emo if she did.
Positive body image. Brought to you by XoneBros.
Oh,
Gave me a checkout. Spanx.
Torchlight focuses on bringing games to the console, not a cell phone.
Oh, you went low.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That was a
Torchlight
low
focuses
blow.
on bringing games to the console and not a cell phone.
Oh, that's low.
That's not low. That's science.
That is it's
That's
low.
factual.
It's low science.
No, that's
fact.
mean.
It's gutter science.
I should stop teasing Blizzard about that because I actually kind of feel bad for the developers.
Yeah.
They took a beating.
well,
they
they
got
kind of.
Although they did ask for it,
Yeah.
they did kind of take it.
So great games with gold this month. Last news
And then
story.
Lightbearer is the new DLC for We Happy,
Happy
Few,
Few.
which is a really interesting game if you haven't gotten to check it out. It's still
Yeah.
alive and kicking, and you can check that out.
There you go. Boom.
Wow, we went on a large tangent on that one.
I don't even know where we went. I'm confused.
It was the circle.
I'm confused.
We finally made it back to the topic.
That
The
brings
hot topic.
That brings us to the last segment of our show. Oh, yes. This is the segment where we take questions. To submit a question every week, you can do so over at Patreon, patreon.com/positive gaming, or XoneBros.com/support. Head over to Patreon, support the show. We're trying to build a studio. We're trying to get to 300 Patreon supporters. And we're almost there. So, I don't know. I had a mind blank.
I have those all the time.
I saw Spicy move out of the corner of my eye, and I thought,
I just looked over
he's
there.
coming to punch me about Life is Strange. I was like getting into defense mode.
teach you to mess with my lady friend.
Anyways, head over to Patreon, support the show. Thank you, everybody who does support us on Patreon. Really means a lot. You can submit a question every week over at Patreon. First question comes from Matt. Matt writes in and says, what was the game that made you fall in love with gaming? He says, mine was Maniac Mansion on the Amiga 500.
Wow.
Woo. We are going back. Well done, Matt.
Yeah.
Maniac Mansion made him fall in love with gaming. Mine, this is going to sound generic, super generic, but mine was the original Mario Brothers, and it's only because it's one of my fondest memories growing up. My whole family, at the time Jordan wasn't born, probably why it's a happy memory. It was just me and my sister and my mom and dad, and we sat and we literally played the first Mario together as a family. And I think that's why I have the issues I have today with gaming.
Gaming with family.
I love it. But that's honestly like one of the fondest memories. When you talk about like high school years, teenage years, Super Smash was huge. Halo obviously was huge. First time playing co-op multiplayer in a first-person shooter, going through a campaign, blew my mind.
Well, the Halo campaign was nuts. I love that. When you're fighting the bad guys, I think I can talk about this, right? It's 20 years old.
Oh, yeah. You absolutely can.
The Flood?
The Flood. When you're fighting the bad guys, and then all of a sudden you go through that level where they're the helmet's on the ground and you're learning about what happened.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Jordan
Wow.
is
Impressive.
Yeah, Jordan. That's why we have him on the show. Every once in a while, he whips out one of these
golly.
jewels.
What happened?
Well, his name is Jenkins.
He knows stuff.
He can
in the
pronounce
back of
that
his mind.
name.
And if you remember, Sergeant Johnson was actually in that.
I remember
scene,
that. I do remember that. Yeah. But you're learning about it, and then all of a sudden, you learn about the other bad guys, the more dangerous bad guys, right? Oh, and then they come attack you, and all your men die, and your shield saves you, and you're just and you get out of that elevator, and the rest of the game you're fighting the Flood. Oh, so good.
And the Covenant. You got this three-way battle going on.
Got a good old fashioned, French word going on.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's really that game was fantastic. But that's not my pick.
F-Zero was also a big one for me. I remember playing those maps over and learning all the shortcuts. Remember, you could take shortcuts in those games that like were hidden.
Yeah.
So good. And the different. I would always been Captain Falco and whoever the green guy was. I don't remember the green guy's name.
The walls in that game, like the edges,
they're like electric.
they always scared me.
Yeah.
They scared me, and they slow you down. And did they take your health or
They
something?
take your health, you could blow up.
Hey, wait a minute. Mom and Dad played video games with you?
It was happy at times. Again, it was before
That just triggered. That just
Again, it was before
No,
you were
it's-
born. We were happy.
Well, no, they never played video. I only had Jono to play video. Not that was bad, but no, they didn't play games with us.
David didn't play with you out of principle.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't like you? I don't
That's unfortunate.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah,
It got really awkward.
I didn't know
Jordan,
that.
I hate to tell you this, but you were adopted. you were a bastard child.
That makes sense.
We had a strict rule at our house.
Me and Jono just hung out and played our games, and like no one else came near us.
Yeah, we had there you go. They saw one of those commercials, and they said, for $5.99 a month, you can adopt this poor bastard. And into our house came Jordan, the bastard child. He thought all this time that he was left out of stuff because he was a middle child. No, he's a bastard. And we had a strict policy. I remember my dad sitting us down before you got there, and he said, "We play Nintendo as a family. We don't play with bastards." But I'm glad you came. I'm glad you came to our house.
Yeah.
You did improve our lives.
That's funny.
All right. Anyways,
So memory for let's go spicy memory that got you into gaming. the game that got you
I think
into
games
gaming.
got me into gaming. I'm trying to think of like my favorite.
Like one that set it apart.
Well,
That's the memory for me.
there's
was Mario
lots.
Brothers, but
I remember installing on the old DOS computers. I had to do this. I had to install the game before my dad got home and uninstall it so he didn't know I was playing. I got home at like 2:40 p.m. and then had till 5:30 to game. And actually got me really good at fixing broken computers, believe it or not, because I don't want to get into it.
Because you used to have to install games really weird back then.
Yeah, you had to do the sound card and all the video stuff. And
yeah, the sound.
Well,
card.
like the Sound Blaster.
Sound Blaster. That's
Remember the
right.
Sound Blaster?
Real Tech Sound Blaster.
But let's go to like the first. So we had an Atari. Was it 2600? We had that, and I had the first. I think I played the official first co-op game ever made, which was Joust.
Oh,
Did you ever play Joust?
Joust.
on the PC?
No, this is on the Atari
Oh no, I don't think I ever played it on the Atari.
with the old joysticks. It was a joystick with a button, and the button hopped. You could like fly, and then you could go around the map. And the point was to not die. And you were with a partner, and you would have to jump on the top of the other bird flying people. It was an awesome game. I love that game. To this day, I love that game. But that was like the first co-op game I would play with my older brother.
I think only on Atari I only played Pitfall. It was on my grandpa's Atari.
Yeah, and that game when I was like 6 confused the crap out of me.
I
didn't understand what I was doing.
I remember there was
you
one
just-
where like the wall was higher and I couldn't figure. You had to swing and I couldn't figure out how to get across it, and so I stopped playing.
Yeah. I remember Commander Keen.
Oh, I remember Commander Keen.
I loved
yes.
Commander Keen.
Not Finding Nemo.
That's a Disney movie.
No, Nemo's Dream. What's that game?
I don't think it has
A Boy and His Blob. Did you ever play that?
It sounds way
Paperboy?
familiar.
You had this blob that followed you. It was on the OG Nintendo, and the blob could change into any tool you needed.
I remember
to,
that
do
one.
stuff.
Yeah.
So good.
Another one that was like early stages was a game called Scorched Earth. Did you ever play Scorched Earth?
No.
That was a game that was my first. I think it was one of my first PvP games besides Pong. Right? Scorched Earth was basically what Worms Armageddon is. The old school version. You were tanks and you had different weapons and you would shoot your ammo, and then you could use special abilities, and eventually you won or die, but the Earth was scorched.
Oh, that's
really,
cool.
really fun game. I would play that at my friend's house. A lot of these games, I would go over to my friend's house just to play
Just
them.
to play. You don't care about you. You don't even remember the kid's name, but
Yeah.
you loved his Nintendo.
Oh, I loved them.
Jordan, game that stands out to you that really got you into gaming.
Yeah, I don't know. Because I feel like we played games our whole lives.
Yeah.
That's
So,
hard,
like,
right?
I mean, we used to play a lot of... So I'm younger than you guys, so I came a little bit later. But
And a bastard.
But we said the...
I remember the first time they brought Jordan home from the facility. He was dirty. He hadn't showered in weeks. He didn't know how to properly socialize. He hadn't been socialized with other humans before, with other children. But I remember for $5.99 a month, my parents brought him home and said, "David, you don't have a new brother. You have a new bastard." And I remember thinking, yes, finally, I have something my friends don't have. I have a bastard. And his name was Jordan. And we did not play games with him.
yeah.
Learn more. This is the inside history of Jordan right there.
No, because you had the original Nintendo and the Super Nintendo that we played a few games on, but then
Oh, yeah.
my first console and my younger brother's first console was the original PlayStation, right? So we played a lot of Spyro and Tony Hawk.
Oh, Tony Hawk.
yeah.
Oh, the Tony Hawk was so good.
Tony Hawk. But honestly, probably like the games/console that like made me think gaming is the greatest thing ever. It all probably came around like Halo time period, but the GameCube.
Oh, yeah.
I still
you love the GameCube.
Dude, to
well,
this
that was
day,
Super
man.
Smash, man. Oof.
Dude, to this day, I think the GameCube still is one of the best consoles ever made. You had Super Smash Brothers Melee, right?
Yeah, those
one of the
little
best
discs,
ones.
little discs.
You had the little discs,
Felt
right?
cool. I felt like a cool Japanese
had-
person.
you
Well, it had
game-
the handle.
And the
Yeah,
handle.
and you literally had a handle.
Dude, you could be walking down the street, someone tried to steal that thing from you, whack them over the head. It was great.
It was-
Just
and it
like
was-
self-defense.
It was just a cube. It was a purple
Literally a
GameCube. Like the name meant something. You know?
Name meant something. Not like today when console names don't mean a
Yeah,
thing.
like the Xbox One X, it's not shaped like an X or a 1.
Yeah.
What the heck?
No, but
the
then
PlayStation 4.
then you had one of my favorite Mario.
Doesn't look like a 4.
Real creative, guys.
I want a GameCube.
Nintendo still does it, though. Switch.
Yeah.
It's like their thing.
Well, Switch. Why is it called the Switch?
Because you can switch.
the Joy-Cons.
You switch it from dock mode to handheld mode.
Or you switch them out for
Oh,
really
yeah,
bright green
okay.
ones.
Hey, you know what's funny? It's, it just got me.
Yeah.
I just thought they snapped.
No, but even on the GameCube, you had some of the best game. Like you had Luigi's Mansion, one of my favorite games of all time. One of my favorite Mario games, Super Mario Sunshine. Right?
Ooh.
You had solid game. You had Double Dash, Mario Kart Double Dash,
Oh, baby.
which was really cool. The
Well, because
GameCube.
that one you could be like hiding on the back.
Yeah, and then
you can lean over there.
And then if you picked Waluigi, he's so freaking tall. You had to switch him out.
freaking
You had to
tall.
switch him out. And then, so the GameCube was just a fantastic. But then
Rogue
that was
Squadron.
that was during the time GameCube was during the time of Xbox and Halo. So I think that's when everything really kicked off. But like the first console experience that was mine was probably like Tony Hawk, Spyro the Dragon.
Dude, that's a solid time to be
PlayStation, yeah.
alive for your first. That's good. Those were good games.
And then you got a great job that you left.
This is true.
You worked at a game store and he left.
That's true.
Well,
Free games and he leaves.
Dude, I remember. So ready for
Sounds
Given
like
I guess
you're-
you would have lost your job anyway.
This was the
'cause
first time I
they
rebelled.
went- they
Because
kinda
you
went out
suck.
of-
This
'cause
was
they
the
went out of
first time I
business.
rebelled against my parents. I had a job. I was 18 years old. Or 17. I think
Just
I
got
was,
a new truck.
you waited till 17 to rebel? Like, I was doing that when I was 5.
There was other stuff to do first.
But that's
Yeah.
probably why I had issues.
I had other stuff. Well, there's other stories I'll tell you off air.
Oh, so you...
Off air. So, but this is like the first publicly acknowledged one. I was 17 years old. Xbox Live, it was a thing. Halo, it was a thing. Ghost Recon, it was a thing. It was brand new. Xbox announcing it, but I needed special internet. This thing called DSL was way faster than dial-up. It was blowing my mind.
I know this story.
I had a job, so I scheduled, without asking my parents' permission, I scheduled the charter. Charter communications in California was the big thing. I scheduled the charter guy. Yeah, just come on over.
Set up internet.
Come on over, set it up. He arrived. I think I was at school. And my mom yelled at him, sent him on his merry way.
Your mom yelling is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
She's a
Then
great woman.
Then she yelled at me and said, "What are you doing? What is this internet thing?" I said, "I'm making money. I'm a man. I'm going to pay for this." And so then I think she went like with my dad somewhere for like a day or two. And I had the Comcast communication guy, charter communication guy come on by while they were out of town.
My mom's not home. You want to come by again?
Yeah. I must have been 18 because I had to have signed it, right? So I think I must have been 18.
Okay.
Or they just, back then you could just have a 15-year-old sign something. I don't know. I must have been 18 or just turning 18.
Yeah, I'm the man of the house. Come on in.
Come on in. He put it in my room. Nothing, just the modem. They don't know what a modem is. So I had it until the first bill came. And then I really got yelled at. But I said, "I'm paying it." And they never took it away. So I had it up until I left for college. And that's how we experienced Ghost Recon, Jordan and I. Halo. We experienced the glories of the internet. That first one. It came with the MotoGP disc. Ooh, it was so good. And you were like, "Well, I'm playing." I was playing. My cousin in England had it. And he's a rich punk, so his parents were like, "Yeah, sure, internet, you need to go ahead. Right, you want a satellite? We'll shoot one up into space for you." And so we were all playing Ghost Recon. I was like, "Dude, we're playing in England. This is awesome."
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That was a pretty cool experience.
Yeah.
You know what else I got to play on my first console, the PlayStation?
What'd you get to play?
Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, there you go.
And seven.
Oh, yeah.
And
Talk
seven.
about
But
the
eight was,
emo
eight
one.
was my favorite. It was my favorite.
It was the
But
emo
was
one, right?
Fantastic
There you
game.
Great question, Matt. Thank you very much for writing that in. Next question came from Queen Nomia. Queen
All
Nomia
right.
says, "What game are you looking forward to the rest of 2019, especially with respect to playing with the community?" So a multiplayer game that you're most looking forward to for the rest of 2019. I think after today's news, can I answer for Spicy? Is it Call of Duty? It's got to be. Call of Duty's got to have made
100 player
jumps.
maps.
Okay, that's what they said, right? You know.
Oh, okay, so they're lying?
Well, no,
I
don't know.
Hey, maybe.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, our game's awesome. 100. Yeah, come on. All are welcome. Yeah. Okay.
No. Hey, I hope. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't know what they got. You know.
Okay. Well,
I'm excited for. all the new
I'm
features.
surprised how good that looks.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just the
Back on
gunplay
the-
alone.
Back on the COD crack.
There's some crack
The
there.
COD crack pipe, spicy. No, what game are you looking most forward to? Especially like a multiplayer, multiplayer specific. Rest of the year. Jordan, you have any?
Well, like for a community, multiplayer specific.
Yeah, for community play wise, I'd say Gears 5 is a
Gears
big one.
5 Horde mode, and
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm really excited to try out the new Call of Duty.
Dude, it
that
does
we're-
look good with all the new
I
stuff.
mean, look at that guy Juggernaut.
Yeah,
we
with
got
the
it on our
rock
screen
music.
over here, Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that because that's my new toy. Call of Duty is my new toy
How
right
about
now.
I want to play
My new
this
hype toy.
spicy hardcore mode. What's it called? Realism mode? Realistic mode?
Realism mode. Yeah.
Realism
Yeah.
mode. That sounds inviting.
No, it looks cool, and I like like no hit markers or anything like that. Like I like when I kill someone, I know they're dead. You know what I mean?
Forever.
Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna have a score screen in that mode, or if they're gonna like keep that out of it until the end of the round. You know what I mean?
I think you keep it out till the end of the round.
I would too.
that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
and then
Makes
you
it more
can see.
intense.
Yeah, then you can see. You
Ooh.
know,
I like it. Who would have thought we would be picking Call of Duty Modern Warfare? But there you go. That's the kind of comeback they're making. Great question. Queen Nomia, last question, comes from Soulfinder. He says, I got some question for you, bros, and you're not leaving without answering. What animal would you be and why? What's your favorite dessert? Who's your favorite NFL team?
Whoa!
holy!
So those are fast times. I'm just going to pick one here. Spicy.
Yeah,
What's your favorite dessert?
brownies, chewy
Oh.
brownies, the kind that stick to the top of your mouth.
Hot with ice cream on top?
It depends on my mood, but I just want it to be like like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking
Not the
about.
cake kind.
No,
I don't like
Puffy,
cake brownies.
Fluffy brownies are the worst.
It's got to be gooey. It's got to be stuck to the roof
Let
of
me
my
tell you
mouth,
who
so I
we-
can enjoy it for hours.
Can we hit the music? Let me tell you who we used to give our
What-
fluffy brownies
What
to.
music?
Oh, the bastard music. We had when my parents brought home Jordan the bastard. For $5.99 a month, they adopted him from one of those puppy commercials. I don't know how
I
he
like-
got into the puppy commercial. But my mom, she would bake brownies for us on a regular basis. Sometimes she'd mess up. She'd forget an ingredient or two. And we'd get these fluffy brownies. And my parents would say, David, don't worry, we're making you a new batch. Give those brownies to the bastard. And who is that bastard? He's sitting right next to me right now. His name is Jordan. His name is Jordan. He's a bastard child, but we love him. And he gets our fluffy brownies.
I love that that's now considered the bastard music.
My favorite dessert, I like molten chocolate. Like
Brownies.
Like molten chocolate with ice cream on top. It's so good. It's so good.
All right, yeah.
And then anything with ice cream. I can eat ice cream like nobody's business.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan, how about you?
I've had ice cream be the cause of me removing my gallbladder.
Really? That
Yeah.
much ice cream? Whoa.
Changed my life.
How much ice cream?
Literally.
How much ice cream do you have to take
Actually-
to eat that your gallbladder just
I
stopped
actually
working?
think it's an accumulation of 30 years. I don't think it was just a one
The
night
doctor
thing.
came to me and was like, we're looking at these x-rays. Your
I really had an
gallbladder-
experience like that.
Your gallbladder. You've been eating a lot of ice cream, haven't you? Too much
So-
ice cream. It's like
so-
when they can tell you're a smoker when they look at your lungs. They can tell you ate too much ice cream with your gallbladder.
To be honest, I had some prime rib too. but I went to the doctor and they ultrasounded me, and the tech there, that was like they had the ultrasound. She went, I'm not supposed to say anything, but don't eat any nachos. Basically, right? Don't eat anything greasy.
Have you ever? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Because it was a big deal. Like I had some good stones in there.
Have you ever tried to lie to the doctor? And they like look at you because they know you're lying. You know?
What, like what? No, I don't know. I don't know how that got up
Have
there.
you ever had that experience?
Why would I lie to a doctor? Like what?
I swear that wasn't up there when I woke up this morning.
Yeah, that's Kramer. That's the Seinfeld quote. Like, if you find a guy, if you find a proctologist at a party, you sit next to him because that guy's got stories. But I swear,
Well, what would you lie about? Like
it was an accident.
You know
Doc?
when they ask you like you go in, they're like, so how many times do you exercise a week? And you're like 3 or 4, and they like look at the chart, and then they look back at you, and they kind of give you that
They're like,
look, and you're like, 1.
based on your body composition that I see standing in front of me right now with no clothes on, you're lying.
and you know what? You can leave. Get out of my office right now.
And I know you're lying.
Hey, Susie! again.
And for that, I'm going to take some tests that you don't need, but we're going to charge you for.
Oh yeah, that's probably the way they would do it. Yeah.
I can say I've never lied to a doctor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
When I had true story, when I had my, I had really, really problematic gallbladder stones. That's why they removed my gallbladder.
Mm-hmm.
When I woke up from like the anesthesia, my wife was there, and she told me that they had to make bigger incisions to get the stones out because they were huge. And I was like, tell my dad how big my stones are. And for like an hour, I was so concerned about having her tell my dad how big my stones were. Did you do it yet? Please let her know that my stones were really big, that they had to cut the hole bigger to get those
My
stones out.
stones are
Dude, what
huge.
drugs were those? We're going to get you on those drugs before a show, man.
Drugs messed me up, man.
That is hilarious.
True story.
That
true
is
story.
hilarious.
What was the rest of the questions?
Favorite NFL team? I don't really
Patriots.
have one. And then
what favorite animal would you be?
What animal?
The eagle.
I thought you would be Pegasus.
Well, I would be the guy on Pegasus.
The eagle would fly
The eagle
Pegasus.
would fly
Oh yeah,
Pegasus.
an eagle Pegasus.
What eats an eagle? A dinosaur. I'd be a dinosaur.
I don't think anything eats an eagle. I think it's the top of the chain.
Have you not seen Jurassic Park?
Yeah, raptor, velociraptor, which I
And
believe
T-Rex, it'll eat a goat. It'll eat an eagle.
But an eagle's flying unless it flies right next to
Yeah,
that
he
whale
opens
at the
his-
right time.
He opens his mouth and just sits there for hours. And then once the eagle lands, he just
Oh, really?
chomps. Yeah.
Well, I will never land as an eagle
an eagle would be your animal. Why? Just because you can fly and you're
because it's
awesome?
kick ass, man.
Yeah, that is-
And
Well,
it's-
what kind of
And
eagle?
what's more American than an eagle?
What? A bald eagle?
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, you got to say the American eagle.
I'd be a panther.
I would be the American eagle.
Would you face the olives or the arrows?
I would be the American eagle.
I'd be a panther. That's
Why?
it. Sex appeal. Everyone wants a Black Panther. The
That's
ladies love
60% of the time.
Black
It works every time.
They make colognes with my pheromones. Imagine if I didn't have to put on cologne. I just had
How
those
do you
pheromones.
do that? Like, how do you get that as a job?
Teats.
No, I was asking like how you.
That's how you get it. You have teats.
No, I was saying how do you apply for that job?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Good
like
at
you're on
milking
the
cows?
internet,
I don't
like,
know.
hey, we need a panther pheromone guy.
I don't know. Hey, I heard Jordan the man. He's a great pheromone extractor.
He's one of the best.
One of the best. He got it out of a cow. He got pheromones out of an iguana.
One
down
time,
in Mexico.
I saw him working 38 hours straight.
one time that son of a bitch. He saw this armadillo and he said, "I want some armadillo pheromones." I don't even know armadillos had pheromones. They do.
He found him.
He found him. He found him. He found him. And the ladies love it. What is happening to today's show, guys?
It's because we started late.
We are all over the place, man. Oh, did we take those drugs you took at the doctor's office? Spicy? I don't
Maybe
know.
it's
Stone
our new
drugs?
sponsored drinks with all the juice
Hey,
that's on
thank
the
you,
inside.
thank you very much, Soul Finder, for the questions. McSpicy, you were out of War Groove this week, but you were out for a while, but I saw you hop back in a little bit. Sure, you back into War Groove?
I took my turns that took 3 weeks to take.
I still got to take mine. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, you're like 4 weeks out, man.
It was rough having
Fire
that
Emblem
many
came out.
games.
Fire Emblem. Yeah, did you purchase it? You were trying to get people to purchase it, but I said, I'm sorry, I can't. It's an 80-hour game. I don't have time
Well,
for.
just for the is there multiplayer in it? I haven't even seen. I'm assuming there is.
Oh yeah, Fire Emblem, of course,
Yeah. Why does no one want to buy it with me?
because it's an 80-hour.
You never
game.
talked to me about it.
I
It's true,
said-
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
an
I did.
$80 game.
It's an 80-hour game.
Oh, that's $20. I can't do it.
No, $80.
Wait,
That's
why?
you.
Why is that bad?
Well, just because I don't have that time, this kind of time right now to play that in my life. I've got Madden going on.
So what? Play it later.
Okay. But it will probably be on sale later. Well, it's Nintendo Switch. It'll never be on sale, let's
Yeah.
be honest.
That's how Nintendo gets you.
You've been playing Overwatch, though, Spicy. How's Overwatch gone?
It's great. Anything else?
No.
Do you know what
else?
I've been playing?
Yeah, tell
I've
me.
also been playing Overwatch, but
I love Overwatch. I actually sent out the bat signal, which the
With
bat
the
sig-
timer.
With the timer.
With the timer, I appreciate that.
The bat signal is I sent out a bat signal to get people to play with me.
Yeah.
No one showed up yesterday,
hey, did you like my?
except Blake sorta did.
Well, you guys ended up in the same stream.
Yeah,
Watch-
because you were
watching me play
streaming.
Madden. Yeah. Bat signal. Time
What?
to play.
Yeah, and I
Madden.
couldn't. So, but
Yo.
Did you like the bat signal I sent you with Michael Keaton?
Yeah, it was really
And
good.
it was
one.
like
That was a good one. No, I see what you did there. Jordan, what have you? You said you said
yeah,
you know what
I have renovated my house.
Oh,
in the
you're back in
one.
Minecraft
Yeah.
now. What do you think? You've been gone from Minecraft for a while now.
I'm starting to actually understand where downtown is, different
Yeah.
buildings. I went over to your house.
Yeah, what do you think of my house?
I was shown where your secret room was.
Oh yeah, everyone. It's no secret because I do it on stream all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I heard one time everybody put chickens on your second floor.
everyone does lots of stuff to my stream. Do you see all the gift baskets
Yeah.
left at my door? That's
There was none in my house.
in honor of.
Do I still have my office in the town hall?
mayoralship.
Yeah, I went there. Yeah.
Your computer's there. Your PC. I think it's IBM.
Yeah, it
It's
is,
an IBM
yeah.
computer. Did you go out to the mall?
Yes.
Did you go to the gift shop?
No.
Oh.
I bet my paperwork has
Did you
just...
see Notre Dame?
I did not see
How about
that.
GameStop?
I did not see GameStop.
Oh man, you're missing out. Krabby Kingdom. Go out to Krabby
I
Kingdom.
did go to the Crappy Kingdom.
It's a wonderous place.
And to the Mesa.
It's a wonderous
Yeah,
place.
I'm
as well.
over land acquisition.
You are.
I
over
probably
land
have a
ac-
lot
I think
of
actually there's a
paperwork.
I think there's a chest with land acquisition papers in your office for you.
Yeah, I put them in there. So people have people been filling out their
You got to
paperwork?
apply like permits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've been gone a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, you have. Dude,
It's
Minecraft.
really fun.
It's just cool how to see how the realm evolves and
And-
changes and improves.
And I'm
honestly.
not gonna lie, the duplicator does make things a little
changes
bit nicer.
changes everything. They've adjusted everything though, so you can't duplicate like how you used to. It's a little bit more advanced now. It's like advanced devices that have to be made.
Works for me.
Yeah, works. You got to time it right too. If you don't, you screw up.
Yeah. No,
Well-
that timing's hard.
Guys, that does us for this week. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. What a week it's been. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Are we hitting the music?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Once again, you didn't give me much time.
Sorry.
He said thanks for
I
coming.
mean, I said thank you.
Oh,
That's
you
usually our key.
said thanks. Okay, I'm gonna hit the.
Anyways,
outro.
guys, thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't yet, one of the best way to support us is to head over to iTunes, rate, review, and subscribe to us there. I think we're almost to 400 reviews on iTunes. So the more reviews on iTunes, the more subscriptions via iTunes that we get. It really helps the show. It helps us out a lot. We also stream every single day. Don't forget, every morning. Come check us out. Check out the stream. Jordan streams at night. Spicy Dreams streams occasionally. Those are always a good time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good one, everybody. We love you.